The moment she laughed and said, "Maybe we should just call this an open marriage," I looked at her and smiled. But deep inside, something snapped. She thought it was a joke, something funny to throw around after weeks of distance and lies. But I didn't laugh back. I just said, "Sure, let's make it real." And that was the moment everything changed. Because when she joked about betraying our vows, I decided to show her what it really felt like to live without loyalty. And the person who helped me do that? Her own best friend. I'm Emma. And this is the story of how my husband's careless words turned into his worst mistake. For months, I'd felt the distance growing. Late night calls, hidden messages, that fake smile every time I asked who he was texting. I tried to talk, to fix things, but all I got were sarcastic jokes. One evening, while we were having dinner with friends, he made a cruel joke in front of everyone. "Maybe Emma and I should try an open marriage," he said. Laughing, the table laughed too, but I saw the smirk in his eyes, the kind that hides the truth. I stayed quiet, but my silence wasn't weakness. It was strategy. Later that night, when we were alone, I asked him calmly, "Did you mean what you said?" He chuckled. "Relax. It was just a joke." I nodded and replied softly, "Good. Then you won't mind if I take it seriously." He didn't realize that his joke had just given me permission for revenge. Poetic. Calculated revenge. I had spent months watching him flirt with other women, lying to my face like it was nothing. So I decided to let him taste his own medicine, not through betrayal, but through a mirror that would reflect his actions back at him. A few days later, his best friend, Lily, came over. She had always been kind to me, always said, "You deserve better." That night, we sat and talked for hours, laughing about how foolish men could be. I told her what my husband had said, expecting her to be shocked, but instead, she leaned back and smirked. "If he wants an open marriage, maybe you should show him how that feels." I didn't expect what came next. When my husband walked in later that night, Lily looked him straight in the eyes and said, "So, I heard you're in an open marriage now. Guess that means I can join?" The look on his face, pure confusion mixed with fear, was priceless. He laughed awkwardly, thinking it was another joke. "Wait, are you serious?" he asked. Lily smiled. "As serious as you were." He stammered, trying to change the subject, but I didn't let him. "You started it, remember?" I said coldly. "You made the rules." He looked at me, like he didn't recognize the woman standing in front of him. And maybe he didn't, because I wasn't the forgiving wife anymore. I was the woman he taught not to care. From that night on, I became distant. I stopped asking where he was going or who he was with. I smiled when he came home late, and that scared him more than anger ever could. The silence ate at him. He began to notice how the power had shifted. He wasn't the one in control anymore. Then came the night of his birthday party. Everyone was there, friends, coworkers, even Lily. During the toast, I stood up holding a glass of champagne. "Let's raise a glass," I said, "to honesty, loyalty, and open marriages." The room went silent. His face turned pale. "Emma, stop," he muttered. But I continued, because nothing teaches a man what he's lost until he sees someone else value what he threw away. And then, right on cue, Lily spoke up. "Cheers to that," she said, smiling directly at him. The crowd laughed, but he didn't. That was the night he realized the joke had become reality, and he was the punchline. After the party, he tried to talk to me, voice shaking. "You've changed," he said. I looked at him and replied, "No, you just finally met the version of me you created." Weeks later, I packed my things and left. Not out of anger, but peace. He tried calling, texting, begging, saying it was all a misunderstanding. But I didn't reply, because I had nothing left to explain. Last I heard, Lily had completely cut him off too. Once she realized who he really was, his open marriage joke had left him truly open, alone, empty, and forgotten. Now, when people ask me if I regret it, I just smile and say, no, I only regret not laughing harder when he said it. Because sometimes revenge doesn't need rage, it just needs timing, calm, and a taste of their own medicine. If you liked the video, please subscribe and turn on notifications.